Welcome to the Three River Valley series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we're picking up on the 11th of July 1984, which is a couple of months on from the end of the last video, which has been some time ago. And I'd like to apologise for that, the fact that there's been a bit of a break in this series. Now, there's been a couple of reasons for that. The first one is that I was very much expecting the new update to drop this week, so I kind of cleared my schedule a little bit to be able to jump straight in and do that. And of course, it didn't happen. The other reason is that the weather in the UK at the moment has been really fine. And I've been spending a lot of time out in the garden preparing. Well, I built some raised beds. So I haven't really had the time to record 2 videos a day. And what I wanted to do, just pause that for the moment. And what I wanted to do is tidy up some of my other series, again, in preparation for when the new update drops. Now, what I want to do in this part is tidy up a few problems here, plan our livestock farm here, basically prepare this series because I've been thinking about it, and what I'm going to do is use this series to test some of the new game features when the update does drop. And it may mean that we may actually damage the economy. In fact, the whole economy may collapse. But what I will be doing is making sideways copies so that we can experiment with different things. Because I think it would be quite interesting to try out the new mechanics on a far larger map. So that's what we're going to be. So that's what I'm going to be preparing in this part. First thing I want to do is look at where these trains are waiting too long. I think you're just waiting for a train to come down this route here. I think. Let's have a look at the signal situation here. We may have. Yeah, we got. We can probably push you up that way. That might. The train. Where are you? Ah, it's disappeared. Where are you? Well, he's gone somewhere. There he is. I think he's. Okay. Well, he's gone somewhere. So we'll just have to wait and see if how well he's actually doing. We'll just speed the game up a bit, actually. Because another thing I'm trying to get done in this part is I'd like to get this connected and fully electrified so that we can run trains from here to deliver the crops. And to that end also I would like to... Where are you waiting now? Okay, so you're here now. You're going up this way. I think we've got a circular... Okay, what are you working on? Just suspend that so you can disappear. I think the part of the problem at the moment is I'm trying to push this really hard so that we can get these lines built. Because I want this rail distribution office online as well. Where are you going? Where are you actually? I think these guys are getting a little bit confused. What train line are you working on? Oh, you're going up there. Okay, I'll let you off. We need to get this built. Let me just see. I wasn't expecting to do this. I thought I'd sorted all the jobs out for my trains, but where are you working? Okay, we're down to 2 routes. Yeah, working on these. This is a bit unfortunate. I think we can get you. Want that done. Get into there. And I certainly want that done. You can get that done. If we can get pushed through past this, That means I can work up here with the lines fully electrified here. So that is what I'm trying to do. Now, we've got this line out here and we've built the crossover. What I want to do is push a line out here because we need the rail line going out this way. And also what we do need is to get the rail connection to here so that we can bring the crops in from that farm over there as well. So I think the first thing we want to do, I mean, I could just drive the rail back through here, but see if we can get this built. If we can get the build up a little bit on each side like that, and then see if we can get a rail bridge over a truss bridge. Okay, we got you across like that. Oh, okay, cancel you. Try and get you a bit higher. Maybe a little bit wider. Try again. Right, we've got the bridge rail line over there. And we'll come there, and can we get line there? You to there. Again, we're going to push this track out this way. Nice and straight. And push you like that. The idea is going to be that you're going to push in that direction. And then what we'll do is we'll come off here and run you through like that. Curve you round a bit. If we can get you on the right side, I think we can work with that. And finger twitched. I didn't even know you could build a track like that. Come you back a bit. Get you around like that. Get you into here. Some stop projection. A little bit of a crossover there. I think I would like to keep my options open this way in case we build farms in that way to build crops in. So we'll bring you up to about there. This is going to have a little bit of a tight inside curve up here. This might be, it might get a little bit, nope, it's done it. So we've now got a connection into there. And what that will mean is that this train, we can then get the goods into here. I mean, I could use a truck by putting another distribution office up here. These guys don't seem to be doing very much at the moment. Let me just see. I think what we might be able to do is add you to add this to you there, and say unload. We'll leave it at say 30%, so we can get some lightweight production here. Building without drinking water. Why have you got no drinking water? I thought I'd connected you up. Why is there no connection here? Oh, look at that. Bit of a fail there. There's always these little connectors that can catch you out. That means there's no water supply here. There's a kind of water supply here, which is not actually working. The pump's on, but it's not working. Of course, what I've done off camera is I've rediverted the heat supply pumps to this area, get these connected up as well. Is that you building? No, it's one. Oh no, you're building that. Because if you watch the previous video, is that I was having a few problems with this one. One of the problems is actually I was checking these pipelines when I redid it, and I actually realized that I think it was this one. I actually connected it with a small heating pipe, not a large heating pipe, which might explain why these weren't getting the full capacity. You can see we've got lots of unemployment here. People aren't that happy at the moment. It's only 82%, but I think we can recover from that. Now, what I want to now just do is come up and show you this area. Is it this area? Where is it? No, it's this. Where are we? Oh, here we are. This is our sewage processing food farms. Building no drinking water. Yes, I know. You're not happy, but I think I can fix that. In fact, I think I will. Let me see. Where's the water pumping station? What have we got here? We've got a pipeline going this way. This is the up pipe into there, but we got yeah, we got flow there. And what I would like to do is I don't have a lot of space here, but I think I can get one in. Come on. I think we could probably tuck you in about there. Like that. You about there. Because that would be close to that area there. Build a large water pipe there. We're gonna run you under there, down to there. Framework. Just make this up. Got a fire. There. 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 Get that built. Now, what we are going to need here is a technical office as well, because I want to put a technical office in here. Where is it? And that's a bit too close. I think we can put a technical office there next to power substation. You there. Oops. Can't do that one. Now, one plan I do have for when the new update comes is that the waste is going to be run from technical offices. I know that much. I don't know that much about what is in the update, but I do know that the technical offices play a key part. So what I'm thinking is that what I might do is, in preparation, is put a lot more technical offices in, so that we might be able to collect the waste up. In fact, let me just talk a little bit about my plan for testing the new update using this series. To begin with, what I'm going to do is we're we're just going to, well, once the new update becomes available, what I'm going to do is obviously download it, and then that would mean that the version of the game I'll be playing on will be the new update, which means if I load this game in, what will happen is it will be subject to the new rules. But the first load will be without the waste management and vehicle maintenance enabled. It will just be going straight in. And the first objective will be to see what actually happens to the game in general. Because of course the two big questions is research, because at the moment we don't have any. So if I come in here, you'll see that it says no available research. So the first question is going to be, oh, look at, so we might need another university up here as well. Maybe we can do that. Now, the problem's going to be is if the game decides that I've got to redo all the research, that might affect various bits and pieces. So what we'll have to do is see how we can get the research to work. Now, the other big concern I've got is what will happen to these farms, whether these farms will actually be fertile, because I've got no idea that if you're playing with seasons enabled, whether you still got to use chemicals. I'm assuming that we're still going to have to put fertilizers on the field. And my main concern is that I think Biljo was talking about it, that existing fertility of existing fields could drop to zero, which means that we won't be able to actually grow any crops. And of course, that would cause a food crisis on the map. So this is another reason why I'm kind of driving to try and get this distribution office finished, because we got quite a lot of money. We got 308 million. So while we're sorting the problems out, what we can do is import the crops to keep our industries going. That is a little bit of a risk. And of course, the other thing I will do is that once we do the initial look, we're then going to move on to switching on maintenance and waste on this map. But of course, it means we're going to have to build a lot of things, which could mean that what I'll have to do is flip out a realistic mode. If I come into here, we go to game settings, we can disable realistic mode. I'm also assuming that the waste and vehicle maintenance will be separate options, which we can switch on and off. That is an assumption, guys. Anyway, let me just see what we can do about the university here. Got max 25. We could really do with another university in this area. Actually, no, I'm not gonna build a university. And the reason I'm not going to build a university is that the new update has smaller university buildings. So I think what we'll do is we'll wait until the update does drop. We've got a little bit of a corner here. We could put in a university, another one of the new universities there. I think, yeah, I think we'll do that. What's the coverage here as well? Let me just see. Yeah, so if we put another university up there, I think we'll be okay. Let's just check the power situation. We've got the shopping mall here, so I think we should have power here. Got a heating plant here as well. So we're going to have to scope. Why are you not connected? Are you not connected? Bit weird. Why is that not showing heat? Bit odd. I mean, it's saying that it's hot. I'm assuming maybe because it's during the summer that the heat demand is minimal. So everyone's staying as warm as toast because the temperatures are so good. Never noticed that before. Let's just get back to here. Again, these are, we got the heating pipes are in here as well. Of course, over here we've got our area that we were working on, which we might not ever build now, to be honest. Last chance to buy. got this whole area here that needs development. I mean, we got potential for the new town here as well. Anyways, let's get back to the rail lines. We'll check the railway, and then I'll go down to the other part of the map and talk a little bit about what's going on down there. I mean, although it is pretty stable, to be honest. How many jobs have you guys got now? None. Okay, haha. We need to sort that out. Like I said, I need this running. This is all powered in. We certainly want that built, and I think at the moment we're with that. I need this built out this way, because we need this connection hopefully to here. That would be an ideal connection. Why is this not? I think we've still got to electrify this section as well. This needs electrification. We got that section there. We just zoom in close, and I don't think that is actually. So we're going to need to electrify these sections of line as well. But I think I'd rather get the main track laid up here first. This just needs electrification. I want the main track laid here and here. Get this main track built in, then we can electrify it. And then we can sort it out from there. I think we've got one spare construction train at the moment. We can get him. Actually, you've got 3 jobs. Why have you stopped production? Where are you? Yeah, well, I know you stopped production because I switched you off game. This is all good. This is all good. I think what we can do is send this guy that way for the moment. We need to get this connected in as well, so we can do that there. So let's just go down to the other part of the map just to show you. Here we got the harvest coming in again, because of course it's the 28th of August. Now, the new improved farming machinery, you can see that if I try and zoom out, I mean, there is scope here for some extra fields, because the machinery we've got operating down here now is actually a lot more efficient. And that efficiency is coming through. You can see here that we're only on the end of August. We've already completed some of these fields. A lot of these fields are already being cleared. And this is the difference. When you get to the late game, you can really clear out some of these areas here. This one is still ready to go. Now, again, this town relies on the crops here. So what we may have to do is resort to importing the crops to keep the food supply going here. Once we put the new update in. My main concern here is if we put in waste collection, because we don't really have a lot of space here. Plus we've got a kind of modern technical office here, I think this is. And these technical offices may not pick up the new attributes in the update. But beyond that, I think this town is pretty solid. I don't think it's got any unhappiness. Let me just see. I mean, you can see it's 88%, 83%, 79% there. What's up with you? 2 citizens unable to get food. So let's have a look at the food store. The old courthouse. Where's the food store in here? I can't remember now. I thought I had a... You're drawing food from there. Got plenty of food. I think this is the other food store here. You've got food. I just get there, and I suppose what maybe they got to walk all the way around there to get to the food store. So maybe what we need is that's a bit of a late mistake, isn't it? Where is it? 1 is 5, isn't it? You build that link there. Yeah, I think what's happening is that these have got to walk all the way round here to get to there. So if we put a direct link in, they may actually be a bit more kind of inclined to get there. This area, actually just turn on the happiness, see how things are going. Leave it on. I think this area, because the industry is kind of powered down a little bit, you can see here we got loads and loads of steel and not much to do with any of it. And of course we solved the problem with the coal supply here by putting in 2 separate distribution offices. The happiness here, you can see that 93% through here, 94%. Generally this area is got to overcome its pollution problem. So I think if we can, where's the pollution monitor? There it is. We kind of look at the pollution. You can see that because the industry is scaled back a little bit, because we're not building anything in this area, you can see that the pollution only just gets to the edge of town now. But people are generally happy. It says, well, no, it says no one lives here. We could let someone move into there. It's just, what's the unemployment in this area? Have a quick look. Well, we don't have any unemployment in this area, so maybe we'll just let some people into here. I'm sure I've got loads of lovely over 21s who want to live here, so we'll just let them in. As I say, the population, we got 614 people. So these can come in and find legitimate work in this area. Black Country bus stop. Okay, maybe don't need you. Move back. Just let you go. Just let you do your own thing. About you. Okay. Maybe that wasn't such a good idea, but I think we'll be okay. We've got some very old ships kind of trundling along here. But the problem I've got is, if we come and look at here, well, we got a range of ships, but I don't think they're all, or some of them aren't really going to be that useful at the moment. Okay, so let me just go up over here to, I think this area is pretty well settled down. We've got some unemployment here, but nothing too major. Get back to happiness. 87, and we've got somebody who's a bit unhappy up here. Without a job. 81 citizens have no access to a pub. I think the reason for that is that the only pub we got here is, I think it's here, isn't it? We could put a pub in, make them all a little bit happier. The real problem here is space, and this is going to be my main concern with respect to implementing waste collection. How we're going to fit in the waste collection systems in this area. Building on fire. Yeah, we can't export iron because we're not. Again, it's knocking back from the fact that we're not actually doing anything here. But that's okay. I'm quite happy with that at the moment. Our tourist town here is doing quite well, 79% there. But there's a bit of a food issue here. Well, you should be able to get there. Yeah. Just get off your butts and go there and get your food. But not anyone's. I mean, there's plenty of food, plenty of meat. You just need to get there and go and get it. I think you see the difference straight away. These people here are 92%. They're very completely happy. These people are just being miserable. Yeah, I mean, getting a reasonable supply. Let's just have a quick look at the economy as well. Economy. What we got here last month? What do we do? I mean, we're making about 4 million a month at the moment, and you can see, and probably most of our imports are going to be probably electronics. Yeah, electronics are big. Electro components are our biggest imports at the moment. A little bit of crops being imported. I've got no idea. I think that is our first town, because I think they still import crops. Right, so over here, I think most things a bit low there. What's that you? Unable to get meat. I think meat could be an issue here. Okay, yeah, like we've got an issue with meat. Yep. But I don't think there's much we can do about that. I think the problem is just we've just got these two little farms producing the meat, which is going to be sent to here. But that's the way it goes. I mean, I could import meat, but can't see the point, to be honest. Now, one thing I am going to be quite interested in is when the new update comes in, is how whether that will actually affect these farms. Because at the moment, this is my powerhouse, and if I've got to bring the crops into here, keep all this going, life is going to be very interesting. But I'm hoping that this will be okay. For any interested, all this up here is now finished, but I haven't done anything with it at the moment. As you can see, the brown lines have come out here. We built these very impressive viaducts up here, and this needs to be electrified. We got this distribution office here. Now, a big question which I am going to have when the new update comes out. I know, apologies, I keep talking about the new update, but it's kind of in my head now, and it won't go away until we actually get access to the new update. Is how we're going to do train maintenance, especially with trains in distribution offices. And I do wonder whether we're going to have to put a maintenance building close to these to actually see if to maintain the trains. And of course, the big one is shipping as well. So that's going to be something here. How we're going to maintain our shipping, especially as again, everything is a little bit tight here. Anyway, so that's the situation down here. And what I want to do is just scoot back up here, because I want to keep a really tight eye on what these train guys are doing. I need to keep them busy, because what we got now. Okay, we're back down to 2. 1 is probably over here. Yeah, you're building that. That's good. Where's the other one? You're building that. You can build that. And we're going to need that built as well. That's just a straight track. This is straight track as well. So we need to build into there. I think we've electrified this, to here. New vehicle, that's a crane. Let's see, I think we've electrified all the way down. Actually, just do a quick test here. Thank you, game. Right, we need that done there. This has been electrified. We need to, so this bit hasn't been electrified. So we need to electrify this bit here. What about that little section there? Like that in there. That's electrified. This is electrified back down to here. This has been electrified. So that's good. And this has been electrified. So we got electrification. Well, we know it's been electrified because the trains are out here. What am I talking about? So it looks like we're going to have to electrify out to here to connect up to there and push it out as far as here. Then we can build that bit in later on. Again, just if we pull out, you can see again the efficiency of the farming machinery. These guys are going this way. Have we got any crops into here? Tiny amount, right. I think what we can do, it's not going to be no workers, no workers. Right, we're going to shut one of these down because there's no point doing this. Right, we'll see where we get a couple of buses. How many workers we're going to need here? 75 workers there, 50. So we need a couple of reasonable sized buses. So come over here and we'll just buy got one bus in here ready. So we're just going to put you there. This is an iCar 265. What we'll do is we'll buy one more to get going. And then get back over to here. How many? We should probably got have a pile of workers in here. Yeah, look at that, loads of them. And we're gonna go up from there. Workers. Get you unloading. And what we'll do is get this up and running. We need a distribution office here as well. Just get that there. Put 6 distribution office there. 1, 3, 4, and 8. We'll see if we can get this kind of running. Right, let's get back up to up here. Where are you? There we are. Nice and stable. Okay, so we got loading, unloading. Where's the right? You're going to pick up from there. And what we're going to do is we're going to buy some Buy some water trucks here. Wow, what we got here? 16 tons of water. I don't think we need that much water capacity. Let's see what we got here. Got 50 cubic meters of water, 16 cubic meters of water, 12. I think we use, what's the one? Year 80, year 95. Year 92, year 7. I think what we'll do is we'll buy these. We'll buy 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. And then what we'll also put in is some snow plows. Capacity, year 21, year 39. Okay, 2, 3, 4. I mean, there's going to be a possibility that once we deliver water to these buildings, they may actually complain about sewage then, despite the fact that they're processing sewage. But that's the way it's got to go. So we'll get that done. Gas station's got fuel in it. I think generally, I mean, our happiness is improving again. Let's just get back over. The truck should be in the general vicinity now. We got our first workers arriving. Where are you going? To be the livestock farm. We should start producing the livestock, which should then, oh, haha. Forgot all about this thing. This is going to be interesting because can you actually transport fork trucks? We're gonna have to deliver the fork trucks, aren't we? So right, what was I doing? Oh yeah, got all about that. We can add you. We're gonna need to deliver fuel to, where are you? Where am I? Got lost on my own map. Put that in there, 100%. How many fork trucks we got? 4. So what we're gonna have to do is come to the border and the joys and pleasures of the thing. So we're gonna need to come into here. Have to buy some forklifts. What we got here? We got, doesn't tell me maximum speed. Year 45, year 30. Oh, these are, oh yeah, sorry guys. I'm gonna use these because this is a new mod from Navara, and he's created this. It says female forklift truck, but I think what he's built is some cyborgs, and you can see that they don't come available until the 1950s. But I think just for the fun of it, pallet jack, and we've got cargo type, general cargo. It looks like they're exactly the same. So what we're going to do is buy 2 of each. And I mean, I'm just curious to see what they are actually. Raise you from there. Pick up miracles. Yeah, I'd forgotten completely about that mod. I clicked on it out of curiosity. He created this mod with female workers, which can do all sorts of things. But you can see they're not available until the 1950s because they're meant to be cyborgs. So come there, and we'll just get back here. I'm just very curious to see what these actually look like. So just come to Click on the truck. Wow. Go over there. In theory, you should pick up all four of them. Good. Okay, we're just gonna come here, zoom right in, very, very close. It says female, but I think there's a couple of guys there as well. They're like robot-y thingies. Okay, we're just gonna let him deliver that because I've just realised that I've got to set the route up. I mean, I mean, they were really cheap anyway, and we got plenty of money. It's just a bit of fun. Okay, where are we? You've got to pick up from there and go to there. That's all you got to do. Yes, I know you've got no livestock. Generally, with livestock, you can normally get away with it with fork trucks because you can see that. Okay, so they're just about to arrive. So we can zoom right in. Okay, just get rid of you. They're like little shunter trucks. Let's turn the interface off so we can get in really close without picking up anything. Oops, get over that tree. Yeah, it's definitely a guy. It says female workers, but how much are you actually carrying? Okay, let's just be on. You tell me how much you're carrying? 0.28 tons of livestock. Maybe not the most efficient way of doing it. Yeah, maybe we're going to need to upgrade them. So yeah, not that practical, but interesting. Yeah, these guys are never going to do it. Okay, sorry. Interesting experiment, but just sell you off. Well, we got a few thousand back. What we'll do is we'll get go and buy some proper size ones. Actually, we'll do this and then just take a look at the other options here. Forklift trucks. I think we'll just get your 45. We'll just get 2 of those. The lorry's on a fixed route, so eventually it will turn up and take the proper fork trucks there. What we'll do is I'm just going to have a look at the other options for the buildings. Got a digging crew here. I thought there was a digging crew. Maybe there's a paver crew. Maybe I know he says in the description in the mod that they don't come available until a lot later because we're only on 1984 at the moment. So maybe that's not something that we're going to have to look at. Anyway, so we've now got some livestock running. This place is really good. 85%, 95%, 83%. Right, we've got here. We're going to need some freezer trucks now. First thing we need to do, well, we'll get some freezer trucks in here. Is it refrigeration? I don't feel that, would we need big trucks or small trucks? 8 tons of meat, 1.5, 2 tons, it's sort by capacity. My instinct is to deliver, because meat is normally in such kind of more supply. I think we're going to start with 3 of these. And you're going to pick up from there. And I think to start with, you can deliver there 100%. At the moment we're going into winter, so I don't want to risk too much. At the moment the meat from that is going in that direction. The other alternative we can do is we can actually ship the meat to over here. Where are you? How much meat we got in here? Yeah, so that might be the better option actually, is to, maybe we do need some bigger refrigeration trucks in here. Well, we can add that later on. And if we ship the meat to the central distribution where most of the meat is being picked up from, that means that we don't have to mess about with the current existing distribution system. Unload. So we'll set that to 50% at the moment. That. Okay. Right, so I'm gonna flip back up to here. So many things going on. Are you guys getting drinking? Yeah, these guys are getting drinking water now. So they're probably being a little bit more efficient now because they're happy, they've got drinking water, they're not complaining about sewage because they're actually using their own sewage to grow stuff. This is now stable and our water trucks are here. So obviously nothing else is going. Well, extend this out a little bit just in case. Right, we've woken up a water truck. Where are you going? Oh, you're delivering to the polytunnel. That's good. And I think maybe this is the point to wrap up, but just before we go, I just want to check my rail tracks again, light trucks again. We're coming here, we're down to 2 jobs again. I think what I am gonna do, where are you laying track? You're away with the ferries. I don't want you. Which track are you? You're laying that one. I don't want you doing that. No. I was happy for you to do that. I think because I've now effectively cancelled all this, let's just see if we can find where the shift. Move back this way. Shift. Right, we've got that bit done there. What we're going to do is just electrify through here. Then electrify you there. Don't want to do the crossover. Not that it makes that much difference, but do you. Up to there. And then this is built, so press shift again. But thank you, game. Do it again. Game. Put you there. Now, of course, we're gonna have to be very careful with this now because we effectively cut off the. And what we're going to do is start one on that track, one on that track. And I think if I risk one up here, that gives the 4 jobs. Now there's a very high risk of collision, but we'll be okay. Anyway, this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.